Lisa Swain has been dealing with a lot emotionally on Coronation Street lately, as the recent passing of a coworker stirred up painful memories of her late wife, Becky. Becky, who also served in the police force, lost her life during a pursuit when she was struck and killed by a fleeing vehicle, a devastating event that has continued to weigh heavily on Lisa. At the time, Becky was being looked into for possible misconduct, and that led to a heated exchange between her and Lisa on the very day she died. Because of the ongoing investigation, Becky was not given the traditional send-off typically afforded to fallen officers. There's even a chance that the incident wasn't accidental, but may have been a targeted attack connected to whatever Becky was caught up in. Lisa has long struggled to find the truth about Becky's death, constantly hitting a wall of silence that prevents her from getting any real answers. In upcoming scenes, her sense of loss becomes even more intense as the anniversary of her marriage to Becky approaches. Instead of attending her scheduled therapy appointment, she chooses to visit Becky's grave. On the day of the anniversary, both Carla and Betsy are concerned about Lisa's emotional state. Though she assures them she's doing okay, she heads off to her therapy session. This time, Lisa finally begins to open up, speaking honestly to her therapist about her late wife. She confesses that she believes there were hidden details surrounding Becky's death and fears it may have been connected to the misconduct inquiry. At the same time, Carla has been making secret visits to Logan Radcliffe in prison, hoping to uncover the truth behind Becky's death. Logan and his brother Aadi were connected to the chain of events that resulted in the tragedy. Following her therapy session, Lisa decides to take matters into her own hands. She sneaks into her superior Costello's office and starts going through his emails, searching for any clues or references related to Becky. But what she stumbles across is something far more unsettling: a request on the system asking for permission to access Becky's case file submitted by DC Kit Green. Lisa is confused and alarmed, unsure why Kit would be investigating Becky without saying anything. She later confides in Carla, admitting that she no longer feels she can trust Kit and doesn't want to work with him anymore. What is Kit really doing? And will Lisa ever get the answers she's been seeking about her wife's untimely death? Coronation Street viewers outraged by conversion therapy storyline as Noah and Todd clash, deeply unsettling. Tensions flared between Todd and Noah during a heated confrontation. Coronation Street viewers were left feeling uneasy after witnessing scenes involving conversion therapy between the two characters. In the latest episode, Todd Grimshaw caught Noah running a conversion therapy session at the community center and lashed out at him in anger. Later, Noah made it clear to Theo that he had no intention of backing off or staying out of their lives. Earlier that evening, Todd spoke with Billy Mayhew, who mentioned Theo's recent chat with a former colleague. Todd was troubled to learn that Theo had lied to his old coworker, pretending he was in a relationship with a woman, raising concerns that Theo might not be as secure in his identity as he seemed. Later, Todd discovered a leaflet in the bin at number 11 promoting one of Noah's conversion therapy sessions at the community center. Worried that Theo Silverton might attend, Todd rushed over and confronted Noah head-on. During the session, Noah attempted to save one of the participants, which pushed Todd over the edge and led to a physical altercation. The incident was caught on someone's phone, and afterward, Todd returned home to tell Theo exactly what had happened. Soon after, Theo ran into Noah outside and firmly told him to back off, saying he just wanted to live his life authentically. But Noah didn't back down, making it clear he intended to keep causing trouble for Theo. With Noah conducting conversion therapy meetings on the cobbles, Coronation Street viewers have been left outraged and disturbed by his behavior. Many have described the scenes as difficult to watch and have taken to social media to share their frustration. One furious viewer posted, "Noah seriously needs to disappear. I'm no huge fan of Theo, but this whole storyline is just incredibly uncomfortable to sit through." Another expressed disbelief, writing, How out of touch is Corrie to think anyone in 2025 wants to watch conversion therapy play out on screen? Do the writers and producers actually think this is okay? Get rid of Theo and his constant moaning. Can't Todd, Billy, or Sean just have one healthy relationship for once? A third added simply, really not enjoying this Theo and Todd conversion plot. It's awful. Simon Gregson addresses his Coronation Street future after landing the role by chance. Simon Gregson has been a familiar face on Coronation Street for over 30 years, but he's now revealed that acting was never part of his original plan and that he landed the role purely by chance. The actor, known for playing Steve McDonald, admitted during an appearance on the People Are Deep podcast that he had no real interest in acting before joining the iconic soap. He explained that he was only considered for the part because he happened to resemble the actor who had already been cast to play his on-screen twin. Remarkably, Simon was still a schoolboy when he was discovered for the role, and it wasn't something he actively pursued. "I got the part on Coronation Street completely by accident," he said. Recalling the day it happened, he shared, "I was skeeving off school with a mate. He was all for ditching the whole day, but I said, no way. Let's at least show up for registration so they think we're in. Then we'll head to Manchester Arndale Center." But when the pair arrived at school, they were surprised to find that ITV casting agents were there, searching for 2 teenage boys to join the Corrie cast. "They snapped some photos of us," Simon recalled. "They were clearly looking for a specific type. I had blue eyes, and the character's dad was supposed to be Irish. That's really all it came down to." Soon after, Simon and fellow Kingsway School pupil Nicholas Cochran were invited to read a few short scenes, the beginning of what would become a decades-long career on the cobbles. "Then," Steve recalled, "some guy started talking to us, and we had to tell him, 'Hold on, you're acting like we already have the part.' And he just said, 'No, you've got it.' And that's how I ended up here ever since." Before that day, Nicholas Cochran had appeared as an extra for Granada TV, the company behind Coronation Street. When he was cast as Andy McDonald, the producers were on the lookout for someone with a similar build and look to play his twin brother. When Simon was offered the role, he grabbed the chance without hesitation. "I'd never acted before. Acting wasn't something I wanted to do," he admitted. "It was TV, and to me, TV money sounded pretty good. I wanted a piece of that." Nicholas remained on the show for 7 years, returning occasionally for family wedding guest spots. But for Simon, that casual decision to sign the register at school turned into a lifelong career. "I wouldn't say no to playing Steve on Coronation Street for the rest of my life," Simon said. "For me, it was never about chasing ambition or exploring different roles. It was always just a job, a steady paycheck." He added, "I love the work, I love my colleagues, and as long as they want me and keep paying me, I'll stick around." One part of the role Simon has always found awkward is the sex scenes. Married Steve McDonald has had his fair share of intimate moments on screen. Simon explained, "You have to get comfortable with people very quickly, because sometimes you've just met them that day and suddenly you're kissing them, half naked in bed, doing a sex scene that airs before the watershed, and professing love." At 50, Simon noted that working so closely with another actor makes things very raw very quickly. It's a strange feeling, but a good one. Coronation Street airs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV.